Welcome back to the deep dive. So today we're looking at an app that, on the surface, seems pretty simple. It's called the Drop Brain Meme Launcher.
Right. And if you just look it up on the Play Store, it sounds harmless enough.
Yeah, exactly. It's described as let me get this right, a relaxing and co-ultimate merge puzzle game.
Which, sounds fine. A puzzle game.
But that is really not the full picture. So our mission today is to quickly synthesize what you're actually downloading.
That's it. We need to focus on what this app truly is, and more importantly, the critical knowledge you need before hitting install.
And that all comes down to permissions.
It all comes down to permissions. That's where the real story is.
Okay, so the first thing to get your head around is that this isn't just a game you open and play.
No, not in the traditional sense. It's not an app that runs on your phone's home screen.
It is your home screen.
That's the key distinction. It's a launcher. And when you set it as your default, it completely overrides your standard Android environment.
Your icons, your navigation, everything you're used to seeing.
And this is where it gets really interesting and frankly a bit concerning. Because when an app becomes your launcher, it's not just moving icons around.
It's deeper than that.
Much deeper. It gets granted deep, system-level access. It's controlling the fundamental input and output of your device. We're talking about a whole other level of control.
And that's what the reviewer in our source material picked up on. They felt this real discomfort.
Right, because the app does what it says it will do. It changes your screen. But the permissions it demands to do that just felt wrong.
Especially when you think about what's on your phone.
Of course, your banking details, private messages, all the other stuff.
But here's the twist. The reviewer went looking for, some kind of validation. They checked Reddit for red flags.
And they found basically nothing.
Yeah, they said they haven't really found people who are saying it has issues with their phones. So no big online outcry.
And that's a fascinating dynamic, isn't it? This gap between the perceived technical risk and what people are actually reporting.
So what's the takeaway then?
It's that you have to use your own critical thinking. The lack of public warnings doesn't erase the structural risk. You have to ask, why does a meme launcher need to control my entire screen?
That gap, as you said, between what it is and what it needs.
That is the biggest red flag of all. You have to be so careful about what you install.
Okay, so that structural risk brings us to the second big question, the one that always comes up with these apps.
The money.
Can you really make money from this? Because that's often the hook they use to get you to ignore all those permissions.
Right. And the answer, let's be really clear and concise, is no.
Just a flat
no. The sources confirm it's not really a moneying app.
Yeah.
Users won't really make real money from this.
So the rewards, the points, it's all just a game inside the game.
It's a psychological tool. It's a closed-loop economy designed to get you to watch more and more ads. The developer gets paid, but that value is never passed on to you.
The payout threshold is basically impossible to reach.
If it even exists at all.
Precise. All right, so to summarize this deep dive, Drop Brain Meme Launcher is a system launcher with games inside it. It works.
But, and this is a huge brute, it demands foundational system permissions. And that's a door you need to be very, very careful about opening.
Which brings us to the bigger picture here.
Yeah. I think the key knowledge you've gained today is learning to see that chasm, that functional difference between an app that runs within your environment.
And an app that becomes your environment.
Exactly. And understanding that distinction is what tells you how much risk you're actually taking on.
A vital distinction. So here's our final thought for you to chew on. Given how much control any launcher app requires over your entire digital life, how do you personally weigh convenience versus granting that kind of deep system-level power to the third party?
Something to think about.
We'll see you on the next deep dive.